Big relief to Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. That's the news coming in as the Supreme Court has dismissed the plea by the ED challenging grant of bail to Hemant Soren, which means he's right now on bail and it continues. ED's plea has been dismissed. Supreme Court there dismisses ED's plea that challenged Jharkhand High Court granting Hemant Soren bail in a money laundering case. Supreme Court says that Supreme Court or High Court's observations not to influence the trial court during trial. Supreme Court orally says High Court orders appears to be a reasoned order and therefore ED's plea has been dismissed. Supreme Court dismisses ED's plea challenging bail that was granted by the Jharkhand High Court for Hemant Soren. Shrishti Ojha, who tracks court for us on the phone line. Shrishti, we see Hemant Soren can breathe a sigh of relief as Supreme Court has suspended the Enforcement Directorate's plea challenging the bail of Hemant Soren. In fact, we saw that the Jharkhand High Court had claimed and stated on record that there was no substantial evidence to prove the allegations, therefore he's out on bail. The ED challenged it, saying that the allegations against Hemant Soren have not been noted in detail and that he should not be given bail. Supreme Court dismissing it. Give us more clarity on this case.
Well, Ms. Abel, it's definitely a big relief because it has come in from the top court of the country, which has now upheld the grant of bail to Jharkhand's Chief Minister Hemant Soren. Bail was granted by the Jharkhand High Court in the money laundering case related to an alleged land scam. Now, what the ED had told court while challenging, this was after Hemant Soren had already been released from jail. ED had moved the Supreme Court challenging this order of release, stating that the High Court did not consider all of the statements, and the order was passed without considering the statements which were placed before the court. However, Supreme Court has disagreed with that observation, and court has clearly said that the High Court order appears to be a well-reasoned order where the court has not just considered the statements, it has also explained why those statements were in a way contradictory to each other. They have not just considered the evidence but also distinguished it. The court has also today already remarked while addressing ED's counsel that the court does not want to observe more, because if they do observe more, then ED might also be in difficulty. According to them, High Court has not disregarded the statement. It has given valid reasons for why those statements were found to be contradictory. So this is definitely a big relief for Hemant Soren, because the Supreme Court has upheld the grant of bail to him, and now he will be out on bail in the money laundering case. Back to you.
All right. Thanks very much for joining us on that. Well, we see Hemant Soren now will remain out on bail. It's a sigh of relief for him, clearly, with the Supreme Court dismissing the ED's plea.